Hello, everyone, and welcome to Conversations with Friends. I'm Meredith. I'm coming to you right now from Mount Abu, India, where we've been attending a spiritual retreat in the mountains of India in a place called Mount Abu that's being organized by the Brahma Kumaris Spiritual University. And I've had the chance to interview some really interesting people and experience all kinds of things here. I've been here quite a few times over the years, and I'm here to talk with someone right now who's quite talented and very, very special. So welcome, Parteek Kalia. We met, I think, the first day. We kept talking and talking, and we talked another day, and I just said, I would like to take some time off from meditating, from classes, lots of classes, from doing some hiking around, silent meditation walks, and you said yes.
Yeah.
So thank you for taking the time to be with me.
Thank you so much, Meredith. It's my pleasure being here with you, and I'm looking forward to share my experience as we move along in this conversation.
Great. I didn't say what you do and who you are. You are a filmmaker, a writer, a poet, and an accountant. All of that. It seems like those are two different worlds, but somehow you managed to bring them together.
Yeah.
So tell me what, you've been here I think about a week, something like that.
Yes.
What has your experience been like this year?
In
Just being here, you know, meditation classes and all kinds of things, you know, special speakers, hiking in the mountains here. If you took some of those silent walks or whatever, or just walking around is, you know, you get a lot of exercise in here, silent meditations. And so what's it been like for you?
As you mentioned, just being here is the key, I believe. And personally, I really enjoy the solitude this place offers you. And that moments of silence that you can have with yourself, you can reflect, you can go within and do all that checking. So it really provides a very good atmosphere for self progress. I think your own you can explore your inner world.
So it's part of it then. Is what I'm hearing from you is that when you come together with, you know, like-minded people, it's different than being out there, you know, in your world of work and life and everything that we all do, you know, in life. It's a different experience.
Yes, there is no doubt in that. When you are surrounded by similar kind of a company, elevated company, then you gain. I think you gain something spiritually. You get empowered, and when you go outside in the world to perform your duties, then you share that experience with them. That what you have gained internally, and then you can make a difference out there in an incognito way. You don't need to say much, but you just need to be there. That's what I do. That's what I feel about it. And for me, not much difference. Everyone is same, but different journeys, different experiences.
You know, what amazes me is that you come to a place like this, a retreat program, so far away, and you meet people, again, from all over the world, so many countries. I mean, every day I meet someone from a country that I know, and sometimes a country I never heard of, you know. And yet there is this same connection that you make with people, different attitudes, different ways of talking, but there is a common ground, would you say? And I was just wondering what your take on that is. Again, we're
in
here to
the room where I am staying in. I am staying with there are Spanish speaking people and me who speaks English, and we do not understand each other language. They don't understand English, I don't understand Spanish. But we still communicate. We still have fun, happy moments, laugh moments. We dance together. And without any hesitation, without any hiccups or anything, we just get along very easily.
That's something. That's something, you know? Because sometimes you can be with people you know and you don't get along so easily, right?
And I'm meeting them for the first time.
I mean, I feel that what it has to do with is that we're all here. We're all here really for the same reason, aren't we? And
Yes.
that's to grow and
To grow, yeah. Yeah.
And, many people in the world have no idea, what that's like, right? People go on trips, they go on great adventures.
Mm.
A person could be on go on an exciting trip by
Mm.
boat, by plane, whatever, hiking,
Mm.
climbing mountains. And that, there's probably some parallels between that and this, climbing the mountain, I'd say. But it's still different, isn't it?
Mm.
Because we come here for specific reasons.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think your spirituality, the word itself says spirit and personality. Spiritual, your personality of your spirit.
Yeah.
And how you live that. And we all are that being. There is no doubt in that. I think it's also about that hiking, not outside, but your inner world, how you move in your inner world, the pathway that you have created for many, many years, and how you walk through them, and then you, again, the next word you mentioned, the mountain climbing. It's also climbing a mountain of your awareness. That's what I feel. How you raise your awareness from the ground level, where we are caught up in different mundane tasks of everyday life. But they are very important. Let's say I work as an accountant, other families, other things, friends. But how to be among everyone, but with a elevated awareness. So that's what I think it happens when you are in solitude, and you learn how to do that. Learning is very important to understand, and then to apply that in your application.
I, feel often when I am in a place like this, in this kind of a retreat, that some major change happens in me. Like I have a realization about my life, about how I live, about maybe somebody that's maybe there's some problem with, not a big problem, but maybe something is bothering me. It could be a work situation, it could be, just different things. And I'm just wondering, have you had any kind of realization about your life and say, I could maybe change this or deal with this differently? It could be work, be family, it could be anybody.
By coming here, if I talk about particularly about Mount Abu, for example, before this conversation, we were trying to set up our cameras, tripods, everything. It was taking time, and what I was just thinking and feeling, okay, let be in this moment. I can't do anything else in this moment, and I'm here and just figure it out without thinking what is ahead, the next hour or next 2 hours. So at the moment I'm here, okay, I have to be here, and with all my heart and feelings and good wishes, and how I can contribute in this moment. I think it helps you in your families, at your work. Sometimes we are not very happy, we have planned something, doesn't work out that way, and then we have some complaints, but that's how I go these days. Okay, when you are somewhere, if you're stuck in traffic, you're stuck in traffic. You can't do much about that. So that's something I can really relate at this moment.
Some people even here come with questions about their life, and there's a box. You put it in the box, and they will give it to a spiritual leader here, or and you're not necessarily going to talk. You're not going to talk with that being or person or whatever, but you'll get your answer by the time that you leave. And I haven't yet done it this time. But I'm going to do it. And they say that that's a very powerful thing to do. And that's kind of like journaling almost, you write down whatever's going on inside, I have many people who say to me, oh, I really want to go with you. I really want to go with you. And I always say, yeah, come with me. And I actually did have someone years ago that said that, and you have to go through a process to be able to come here. You have to really be practicing. But they often let people, they do, what's the word, they will admit people to, allow people to come that maybe are really working on themselves spiritually. Maybe they're not exactly following this path, but they come because that person had such a strong desire to come.
Mm.
And even those people that don't really have all the spiritual knowledge that we have of the Brahma Kumaris, because we've been studying,
Yeah.
that person, I've seen them change.
Yeah.
Over the time they come in and they're upset about something bothers them,
Yeah.
and then when they leave, they're flying. You know,
Yes.
they're really. It's amazing. So
Mm.
just wondering what your take on that is. What happens to people when they get here, and when they from the time they get here to the time they leave?
Mm. There are a few factors which I really feel are
Yeah.
contributors to that. You know, there's always an energy of every place, and energy is subtle, and that energy is made up of your consciousness. And here, when you come here, I always come with a plan.
You do.
I always come with a plan how I'm going to spend my 7 days, let's say 10 days.
Yeah.
I have a plan for every day. And whether there is a plan by Brahma Kumaris classes,
right.
whether there is one or not, I have a plan.
You have a plan.
So sometimes that plan disturbs me, but I keep going and I achieve what I have to achieve. I come with that mindset. But the energy of the place, the power of the place, it's you will see every moment there's somebody who is doing meditation here.
Yeah.
There are many different places of solitude, many rooms, and 24 hours, one of them is sitting in meditation and creating that atmosphere. That is a big boost. And if you don't have any plan, still that energy of the place, that power of the place encourages you or uplifts you spiritually. What I would say here, sometimes you are not peaceful within, but the peace of the place makes you peaceful. But if you don't work onto yourself, that peace will remain there, and when you go out to your place, it will disappear.
Yeah.
So
no changes happen.
Yeah.
If you don't
But
really do something.
But when you are here in this school,
Yeah.
you feel very good.
Right.
Once you step out,
Yeah.
you're a different person. Why? Because you haven't worked. You are experiencing peace of the place,
Yeah.
which is very peaceful.
Which is very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you don't work onto yourself, and you don't work on your triggers, your blind spots, then that peace will just stay there, and when you go back, it will be the same.
Yeah. So you have to do the work.
Yes, very, very important.
And you've been doing the work for a few years now, haven't you?
And I enjoy that.
Yeah.
I enjoy
You actually came into contact with the Brahma Kumaris, I want to say 6 years ago.
that. Yeah,
around that.
nearly that, yeah.
So you came to what? To learn meditation? Somebody
I had no expectations.
brought you in, somebody dragged you, like someone practically dragged me in. They said, you need it. You need to meditate. Doing a live show many years ago.
Yeah.
And he said, you got to go. And he said he had to go too, so I wasn't alone. And that changed my life. I said yes.
Yeah. A little background of that, how
Yeah.
I came into this knowledge, into this school. I had no prior knowledge of Brahma Kumaris or meditation.
Yeah.
And a little bit I've heard about it. I was keen to know about subconscious mind because my work as a writer, as a poet, I was encouraged from within that I want to go in the subconscious mind of people because I'm going to get my characters from there.
Yeah.
But that's a reality.
Yeah.
And similarly, I was writing a script, some dialogues for a play. They were director and producers of that play, and I was speaking to them over the phone. They have done these classes before, and during that conversation, they just mentioned this Raj Yoga is made for you, and I had no idea completely, and I was very happy, content in my life.
Didn't need anything at that time.
And so okay, it's good for you, maybe not for me, and everything's not for everyone.
That's how I felt, exactly.
So and straight after they sent me the phone numbers of those teachers who taught them, and I never bothered to contact them. But after a few weeks, when they were starting the new classes, she again pinged me and sent me a flyer, and I thought, okay, always curious to try new things, and I was thinking, okay, let's go for one day. It's free.
Right.
That was a motivation for me. It's free.
Yeah.
I won't give anything. If I like it, okay. If I don't like it, I won't come
I'm
back.
out.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
easy. And stepped in, I had no expectations. I sat at the back in the classroom, and what the teacher, the facilitator, they were discussing in that evening was completely resonating to me. What I was writing in my poetry, in my stories.
Yeah.
I wasn't writing very clearly, but they were speaking very clearly. So much clarity of the subject they were having, about thoughts, about different beliefs in the world, and it clicked with me instantly, and I thought, oh, it's not anything different to me, and that was first day. I kept going and going and going, and when they discussed about subconscious mind, that was good learning for me, and because that's something I used to explore before in my writings, because people, in filming industry, all those parties, people generally mask and do not come up with their true picture outside, and my effort was to go inside them. But when I go to know about subconscious mind, I started looking at my own self, to go within rather than looking outside. So that was good challenge, changing points for me.
Yeah. So you've really been on this journey to understand yourself and to know who you are.
I think that's all I have done so far. I have been doing.
Yeah.
Just focus on the self, and it says when you change, your world changes. And this slogan, this statement seems very simple, but it's very deep.
Yeah.
When you change, your world
Instead
changes.
of trying to change the world or
Yeah.
trying to change things in your life,
Yeah.
you change yourself, and then things
Yeah.
work to support you. They
Yeah.
really do. They really
This
do.
is how it is going to work.
Yeah.
There is no other way, and your consciousness gets manifested outside. And it is as true as sun rises in the east.
Yeah.
And you can't change this truth. It's universal. It's your consciousness, your mindset, your feelings, your thoughts gonna manifest in your life outside, rather than focusing on the problems or the issues. Just I think when you sort out internally, you sort out everything outside, whether it's your washing, your cleaning, your grocery, your studies, your day, household things, your job, family.
It's a lot.
Everything. Rather than fixing them, fix.
Okay, so Parteek, you're saying, you don't have to worry so much about what's happening out there. Just go within, experience peace. A lot of people, they still don't really. I think a lot of people don't understand that. They don't really understand that you can change your world. They come to meditation or yoga or all of these different things to feel good, but they're not really trying to change, and that's the key, isn't
You
it?
change yourself.
Yes.
If I'm not doing that, then it's, I think, I'm not using my time in an efficient way. So I'm investing my time in something.
Yeah.
And it's a very logical, when you invest something, you want return out of that. So I'm investing my time in studying spiritual knowledge. I'm investing my time in meditation. If I'm just doing it feeling good, okay, some people do that. But in order to, let's say, to change anything outside, when you change yourself, and that happens, and it's very easy. It's very easy. I think I don't need to do anything to experience peace. I am a being of peace. I just need to accept that. I think that acceptance, when I have that deep realization that I am a being of peace, and that's all.
Well said. Well, most people feel, I don't say most, I can't speak for everyone, but most people say, when this happens to me, when I get this promotion, when I make this amount of money, or when my kids are, grow up, then I'll be happy. Then people say they don't have time, for this whole process that you're talking about. And there's a lot of emotional problems that people have today, would you say? That just dealing with, just to survive in this world, I know, you're from India, though. You were raised in India. You went to Australia. in a place like Australia, there are a lot of people that just go, I don't really need this. I'm okay.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how Australia is,
Mhm.
but that's my feeling.
Mm.
Or a lot of people think, okay, if I just chant a little bit every day, do some
Mhm.
breathing exercises,
Yeah.
I've done the work. That's not the work. That's good.
Yeah.
We say it's just not the work that needs to be done.
Yeah. You know, when happiness is not conditional, I think.
Mhm.
When I put happiness based on, okay, I will be happy when I will get that particular job,
Promotion.
as you mentioned.
Right.
It may or may not happen, or it may happen. Then I will say, okay, I will be happy. I will get that car or that house.
Mhm.
So happiness is me. It's my nature, and when I condition it something else outside, or my relationships, or something, many people, they say, okay, if I go to world tour, I will be very happy. But what next? What after that?
If I just had that new car,
Yeah,
people say, or if I
and
just
what-
could take that trip, if you know,
If we talk about that new car,
right.
can that new car give me happiness for the lifetime? Or do I want to sell that after a year or
Yeah.
so? And that's the question I can really ask myself. That will be temporary. There are two words, temporary and permanent.
Temporary and what?
Or
Permanent.
permanent.
Right.
And these are two consciousnesses we can talk about. And so when I talk about I'm a being of happiness, that's a permanent.
Mhm.
And when I base my happiness something outside, it becomes temporary. And temporary is for some time of some period, not for lifetime. And so these things, that's how I take
Mhm.
about happiness. And what was the second part of it?
Is just that I'll be, happy when things come to my life,
Yeah.
come into my life.
Yeah.
And people are always waiting for the next thing to happen, and the next thing to
Happiness
happen.
is now. It's not
Beautiful.
tomorrow, not next hour.
Right.
It's now. Peace is now.
Yeah.
It's in this moment.
Yeah. And it's up to you.
Yes. And
To
it's
be the
it's
one.
and it's with everyone, all the individuals in this world, all on the planet,
Yeah.
and it's with everyone. You can't say, okay, you can't choose. We can't choose for them only who are here, not for only, but for everyone.
What about, people have very real problems today.
Mm.
Worldwide, we see horrible things happening. On the more local, regional scene, people have their own problems dealing with life. And so sometimes they're so caught up with problems, and even emotional problems or problems with their family. Or do you just feel that meditation and a spiritual path that's the cure-all for everything?
We cannot run away from anything
Yeah.
in our life.
Yeah.
Let's say if I have issues, what happened before 8 weeks back?
Yeah.
I lost my job.
Okay.
I lost my job. I stayed at the center,
Yeah.
and my the senior brother sister, they just came to Abu for 6 weeks, and I had to look after everything there.
Mm.
And I was studying CPA, everything CPA. I lost my job. Big issue.
Yeah.
You are
Very
not,
big.
You are not getting regular money,
A
and
paycheck, right.
you are there by yourself, and you
Yeah.
manage everything, and but I did what needs there. I was applying for jobs,
Yeah.
and then what happened? I got a call from recruiter that they're gonna send my resume to some company.
Yeah.
Are you happy? I said, yeah, let's do that. And they did. I went for interview. They selected me. What was the
Congratulations.
I'm gonna join.
You're working now.
I'm
You're
gonna
working.
join after when I will go there in
Yeah.
April. So what was the difference in my consciousness that I was very stable within when I got that news from work that I got redundant, I lost my job, I don't need to come tomorrow, and I had a class in the center to give after that, 4 p.m. or 5 p.m.
Yeah.
And I was very happy that I'm stable within.
Yeah.
And how that stability comes.
Yeah.
How does that come? So it's when you work on yourself, it's about building your resilience. So how do I see these problems? Pressure.
Yeah.
So outside situation, whether it's your family, some changes in the family, in your relationships, job, your personal health, physical health, your mental health, finances, your society, your friends, All these are external, and if we can summarize it, all the problems come from these few aspects of our life.
Sure.
And they're constant.
Yeah.
It will come one thing or the other, today or tomorrow or some other day. But when you will build your resilience from within, then you are able to cope up with that without losing your peace and stability. And that is done by meditation. Is healing actually. Meditation comes from a Latin word "mediare."
Thinking, isn't it?
Healing.
Healing too.
Healing.
I thought it was
So medication and meditation
together.
And what medication does? What word medi mean? Heal. Heal the body. And meditation heal the mind.
Think
Emotions.
properly.
Yes, meditation is healing your emotion, your inner world. And when that is healed, let's say there's a wound on the hand, and there's a salt water rain happening outside, and let's say if you press this wound, it will pain, I will get hurt. But when the wound is healed, whatever you do, it won't hurt me anymore because the wound is healed. So when there's a emotional wounds, they are healed, then outside situations, fluctuation doesn't affect you internally. That's what my experience is.
Yeah, that's very deep, everything that you're talking about. And I'm wondering, I mean, you have friends, I assume your age, around your age, do they think like you too? And I'm not talking about the people you meditate with or you study with. What do they have to say?
My friends, when I speak to them, they're all grown up and doing wonders in their lives, and they are in different parts of the world, doing great things. But whenever they have any issue, they call me, and not everyone knows what I'm doing personally. Like in meditation, they know, okay, I work as an accountant, all that stuff they know. But when they have any issues or then they speak to me, I just listen to them. I just do that thing. So they have someone who they can vomit to their feelings, their issues, their problems, and I just do that. I listening to them patiently, and being detached from their problems, and then they feel light and easy. I just encourage them to spend some time with themselves, just some meditation, and they're all very powerful. Sometimes we don't know the ways to tackle our problems, and I just try to do that as much as I can. But so I think just a listening ear to them, who they can call and be themselves, no judgments.
That's nice that you're here for your friends, and I'm sure you're seeing change in your friends and from your friends to other people, and I think that's the whole Brahma Kumaris philosophy, is that as we change, the world changes. Do you have, I mean, you've given a lot, and I wanted you to end with a poem.
Okay.
I heard your poem and I was like, wow, accountant, filmmaker and poet. Filmmaker, what else? Scriptwriter, director, and also
big
a
labels.
poet. And I can see that you're contributing to changing the world, and that's the most important thing right now.
I think it's very simple. When you change your consciousness, you bring the change in yourself, and that change bring the change outside.
And that works for even really difficult situations?
I think yes. No matter what, there is one statement which I always keep with myself, that you are more powerful than your problems.
Oh, I love that.
And so your state of mind is not dependent upon your situation outside.
Things that come up.
Yes,
And
but you influence them. You influence that situation with your consciousness. That's what I like to do.
You're already so evolved. Pretty new at this, a few years, but quite a few years. You said 6 years?
Yes.
So it's not like you're brand new. I feel like you're on your way, to bigger and better spiritually, and to helping many others. So I wanted to end this great interview that you've given me with one of your poems.
Sure.
Thank you. Give us a little background too.
Thank you so much, Meredith, and I really enjoy it, and not used to giving interviews, and I was so amazed at what made you to spend time with me, talking to me. But grateful and thank you so much. And the poem, it's written in Punjabi language, one of the regional language in North India. But one of my friend, they have translated in English.
That's good. You don't have to know Punjabi to listen to his poem.
It's about this physical costume.
Yeah.
And when we come out of the consciousness of this physical costume, the changes starts happening in your consciousness, because everything goes with this. It's very important.
Yeah.
But again, we just need to learn how we can raise our consciousness beyond this physical costume, this body. So
beautifully put. Yeah.
The poem says, I mold this body from its clay and then break it every day, and it comes out new again from within as I break it every day. It breaks when I break it, but comes back alive again. So when it says, when I go out of this consciousness of the body, okay, it does, but again come back to the same consciousness.
Yeah.
Very habitual to this. It breaks when I break it, but comes back alive again. Therefore, I have to break it every day. Constant process. On breaking this vessel, my arrogance breaks away. On breaking this vessel, attachment with it breaks away. On breaking this vessel, its wishes and desires too break away. Breaking it every day, shall come a day when completely it breaks away. Whilst I am still alive, my consciousness, whilst I am still alive, and emerge shall I from within, all fresh and new, radiant in the shine of love, fragrant in the eternal delight, as I am a spiritual being, not a physical entity, gracefully installed at the highest throne of Brikuti. Brikuti says the center of forehead. So gracefully installed at the highest throne of Brikuti.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I just think, you're definitely one who's can be of great help to the world through your work, through your life. And I'm very happy to have gotten to talk with you that first day, and you said yes. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here on Conversations with Friends.
I love being here.
A new friend. Yes, and thank you for joining. And again, it's Conversations with Friends on the Brahma Kumaris Miami YouTube site. And I'd like to thank our director. Yes, our come on over for a second, say hello. Oh, come on. Mita Saxena, who's there every program that we do.
Hello.
And we're in India together. And she's a force in the Miami community of the Brahma Kumaris, and also always there to help. So again, thank you so much for joining us.